Hi Chris here. In this video I'm going to talk about where I got started. In regards to this video is about color therapy, being a color practitioner and using a form of coil, which is this one here. You might have seen in a previous video. I don't. I think it was one of my first videos when I was talking about some of the tools that I was using here at Truly Holistic in regards to doing energy work. Now, color therapy is just another form of frequency. And we'll get into it a bit more as we go along in this video. But how I started in energy medicine was doing color therapy before I started using these sacred geometry tools, crystalline energy tools, and removing frequency that way through intention. But I initially started through color therapy, and how I got into color therapy was my grandmother was a color therapist, and when she passed, all of a sudden, all the stuff got in color therapist stuff, and coils design and so on got inherited to my mother, who knew a lot about the history of how my grandmother used this type of work to heal people. I also had uh, first-hand knowledge about the ability of this as well as a child. I can remember going to my grandmother's place with a kidney infection or certain ailments, and she'd use her divining stick, really it was, because it was made out of a whalebone. So, and once my grandmother passed, and I looked up in regards to where else we could get these types of devices from. I couldn't find it anywhere on Google, anywhere in the world. So all of a sudden it dawned upon me that this is quite unique. And the way that she used to do color therapy was she'd have color cottons, and she'd use her divining stick, and the divining stick would point to the color or many colors that were required to treat that person's ailment. So if someone came with say a bronchitis, a type of a bacterial infection in the lungs, then she would get them to write their name on a piece of paper with a lead pencil, which enabled their unique frequency signature to my grandmother as the healer, and she'd hold on to that with the stick, whalebone stick, and the whalebone stick would point to the color, and then she'd take the color out, and then she'd apply it on this coil here, and then treat that person from a distance. So within 24, 48 hours, that person was feeling a lot better, and relieve the symptoms and their bacterial infection. So, so this is the color therapy book that my grandmother used, and I also use. So, as you can see, there's many different colors there. So, you'll get a frequency of the different blues. Again, this is just spectrum of bandwidth of color. So light, we're using light as the frequency. And then you go into all the purples, and then there's, greens and pinks and oranges and yellows, all the different colors, which give off a slightly different bandwidth of frequency that we're using to heal. And these practitioners that use all sorts of color therapy, they use light, like actual, like bulb light, different colors and UV types of frequencies. You can use color cottons like this, and my grandma would just pick out, whatever color cotton that was pointed out, take it out, and then would apply it on this coil here. Now, how this device works is the fact that this coil is a symmetry, okay, and very similar to the toroid and torus formation, and it's an amplifier of energy. Any sacred geometry is an amplifying energy, just like what I use a lot of the time now. See, these are pyramids, these two pyramids stacked on top of each other, or the bases are stacked on one another. And this works the same way. And what my grandmother would do would put the color cottons on the copper plate here, which is connected here to the coil, and you put the person's name that the person had written themselves with a lead pencil, which gave them that signature frequency to enable to tap into that person's frequency to heal them from a distance, or you could use a photo, and with the color cottons on that, and then you just let that sit, and that would treat people from a distance. I use this here at Truly Holistic. Don't use it a lot, but I use it for really chronic conditions, really long-standing chronic conditions, such as if somebody's got a really chronic condition like cancer, a form of cancer, then we need to be tackling that cancer over a longer period of time, emitting a frequency to match or remove the frequency of the cancer itself. And just using quite a lot of the time, using a tool like this and just removing the stressor within a few seconds for a long-standing problem like cancer, or a really bad calcification problem where there's rock deposits that are attached to an organ or a part of the body that just won't let go, then we need to be emitting that vibration and removing that stressor over a longer period of time. And this is where these coils really come into action, and I use those. Currently got a client, a cancer client I'm working with at the moment, using this coil to really reduce and remove the amount of cancer cells within the person's body. And also another person that's got a really tough rock deposit that is formed within the middle ear, which is going to take quite a bit of time to remove. So I'm also using a coil with colors to remove that stressor. So also my grandmother, would also manipulate people's spines as well if they had spine misalignment, so realigning vertebrae and discs, which I also do here at Truly Holistic, but I do that more with the crystalline energy tools, the pyramidal tools, which work within seconds to realign someone's vertebrae or discs. But it's really dawned upon me when I started using the coil here and getting into color therapy, was that the power of sacred geometry, whether that's a coil or a pyramid, and using intention to remove a frequency that was causing the problem, is really powerful. Whether that's using color in the form of color cotton, whether using light, whether using sound, or just using pure intention, you can remove any vibration or any stressor of that vibration, that frequency out of that part of the body, will allow the body to heal itself. So I thought I'd do a video in regards to color therapy and what I use here at Truly Holistic in regards to color therapy, and my coil design, which is quite unique to where I come from here in New Zealand, and a very unique design. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something from it. Put comments below if you have any queries or questions. Go to my website at trulyholistic.net, get in contact with me there, as well as on my Facebook page, Truly Holistic, and I do have a YouTube channel, obviously, where this video is going. You can put comments below, if you have any long-standing chronic conditions, please get in touch with me and book some sessions with me, and we can really help you out there, and make a miracle happen for you. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.